this boy brought homework for me. Fractions. Omo, I'm looking at fractions like, what the fuck is this? Like 2 over, like, wait, what? How did they used to solve? I had to go to YouTube. Watch fractions tutorial because I was like, wait, boy, I was like, uncle, what's going on? I was like, see, but last time I saw fractions, I was your age.
Hi guys, welcome to TRT. This is the first time that I'm surrounded by Arsenal fans.
Today is
today is, so we're discussing. We'll be discussing all. There's Japo is not here. Aziz is not here. Mankubi is not here. Shout out to them. They traveled. They'll be back with us shortly. Before we get into things, I'm here with. Please tell us about your hate and your love for Arteta. Introduce yourself.
Okay, this is Oria at Mr. Bure on Twitter. Let me first say for the record, I championed Arteta's appointment. Okay? I wanted him to get. In fact, when Wenger left, I was like, you know what? Let's just run with Arteta and see. Okay? Then we went with Emery, and I was like, look, this guy, I mean, after like the end of the first season, like, so this guy's not working out. Let's just do what we should have done from the beginning and get Arteta. And then we get Arteta. And then, it's that case of be careful what you wish for, because my man came in and then, we won the FA Cup. Everybody was like, manager. Then they made him manager. They changed his title from head coach to manager. And then my boy turned full Mugabe. Like, any small thing, you're out of my team. Also, it's like, okay, then it becomes clear that, look, this guy, if you're not some kind of vanilla yogurt player, no flavor to you at all, Arteta cannot deal. Once a player has any kind of spice in his personality, that's it, get out. Arteta can't handle it. If you are a combative player off the pitch, not just on the pitch, Arteta is like, no, he can't handle it. So everybody, get out. Like, I mean, like there was this article in The Guardian yesterday about Guendouzi. And how Guendouzi, how Guendouzi is the leader of Marseille. And there was a line in that article about how finally Guendouzi is with a manager who gets him as a player and a man.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, on Twitter, I think I must have seen a tweet where you said Guendouzi should leave.
Now, Guendouzi,
Guendouzi
had an attitude. No, let me put this way. Like, see, Guendouzi had an attitude problem, right? You manage the attitude. Now, when you toss him out of the team, like, okay, get lost, Guendouzi, so long, bye, we don't need you. And then he goes off somewhere else and he's thriving. You then have to reevaluate that, okay, maybe it's not him that's the problem. Because let's look at it this way now. Over the course of Arteta's tenure, right, we went and gave a 3-year contract to Willian. And okay, now this is like, Arteta has done a lot of things that you look at and say, okay, at any other club, this is a sackable offense, right? We ended Arteta's first season. Pepe was in the form of his life. What does Arteta do? He goes out and signs Willian and benches Pepe. Now, we were in Europa League, right? Pepe will come in, play very well in the Europa League game. And everybody says, you use the Europa League to audition for the manager, so he'll put you in the Premier League team, right? Pepe plays well in the Europa League game. We go back to Willian in the Premier League. Willian isn't doing anything. But he's playing week in, week out. And everybody can see that Willian isn't doing anything. And everybody's like, what is going on? Like, dude, does he have your nudes? Does he have your wife's nudes? What's going, like, he doesn't need to, like, he's producing nothing, but he's playing. But no. See, no. Like I said, there's so much to dislike about what Arteta has done.
We'll get to that. Yeah, just hold on.
I have one. I'm going to hold it.
Since the last time you came here, right? Yeah. Do you feel justified?
Double, first of all, I have to ask you, do you have any receipts that you're going to pull up?
Because I follow you guys on Twitter. So, do you have? Are you justified? I mean, there was,
Easy balance.
like we said,
Easy balance. I know they stand rubbish.
no, like we said.
So I don't beef rubbish as well.
So in the period where there was that, I think 6 victories on the spin, right? Did you not think that things are turning around?
No. Every manager would have a turnaround at some point.
I mean, we play FIFA here, right? Sometimes you jump into a club, right?
Yeah.
And then let's assume that you've jumped into this club, right?
quit it, yeah.
With the players that you had, with the players that you had at the time, right? Yeah. Aubameyang was gone, and those players that you had at the time, right, were these players right now. What else can he do, given what he's been doing at the moment? What else can he do? I'm asking.
Let me give you one very recent example. Tierney and Partey got injured, and then Tavares played against Palace. Everyone and their dog knew that Arteta was going to take the person who is our better player in the midfield, who has just lost his partner, in a department where we are struggling to have replacements outside the first 11. And with the excuse that Tavares was not good enough in the game before, that he was going to move Xhaka to left back.
Yeah, everybody saw that coming.
Everybody knew it was going to happen. And everybody knew it was wrong. It was not going to work. It was going to destabilize the structure of the team. It was going to handicap us, right? Because it would mean that the other team already has a quick template, right, to attack. And Potter saw it. In fact, I think Potter was even a little bit more bougie about it, right? Typically, other managers would just have a go at that wing, right? But what Potter did was he stretched us to the right side. He overloaded the right side of our defense. So what we had was
shifting shape towards that right side. And it just meant that because Xhaka is not a left back, his tactical awareness is not built to be reminded that I have a space behind me. I'm just saying, everybody knew that was going to happen. And the manager stunk the place up, and it happened. Why do you think I will support that manager?
Okay, so let me ask you. So if Potter would have still done the same thing if you knew that Tavares was the weak link there, right? Tavares was still Potter would still attack there. So I'm asking realistically, what do you have him do?
Before he answers here, the solution to this problem, this Tierney problem, did not start now. The solution was his decisions during the transfer.
No, so I'm saying we've left that.
So you are asking a question.
No, so I'm saying
that takes us back.
No, so I'm saying we know that that's a fuck up. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying let's assume the reality right now is there's no transfer window.
Okay, here's the thing, right?
Yeah, there's no transfer window at the moment. So we know we've spoken about that.
Here's the thing.
So now is what? So I'm saying as it is right now.
We have a player.
What would you have him do?
We have a player that would have played right back, left back, midfield, and even
central midfield.
Yeah.
Easily Maitland now.
Amen.
No, double O. Here's the other thing, right? Everybody says Tavares is low on confidence. Yeah. What's the best time to rebuild his confidence? At home against the Brighton that has been losing.
That have not scored
in front of his home fans.
Just after you've lost a game.
No.
A crucial
in front
game.
of his home fans, where people look, this is our guy, he's low on confidence. Let's try and let's cheer him up. Because Tavares wasn't always terrible.
Yeah.
It even shows how bad the manager is.
Exactly.
You bought a player. You bought a
him as a backup for Tierney, and he doesn't play.
He had a good run, and then he had the stinker, right?
Yeah.
But it says so much about you. Who scouted him? I hear these days people are trying to remove it from the manager. They're trying to say it's Edu that scouted him. But you're the manager who signed off on signing this player. Everybody who has watched Tavares knows that his strengths are that of an attacking wing back. The same type of strengths that you were replacing when you were pushing out Kolasinac, right? You knew the strengths of this player. You know he's not the great defensive fullback. Tierney is not even the best defensive fullback. Let's get it right. And you know he will struggle when he's tested defensively. the manager is expected to protect that player while bringing out his best attributes, right? Is that not what it is? So if I am better as a left-footed player going forward, the best that is expected of me is in an attacking strength, not in my defensive strength. What managers do is they build structures that help them protect. Remember, we already have Xhaka always protecting the left back. So what happened? Did you forget that you could do that? Now, you played this guy almost 4 months ago and he stunk the place up. In 4 months, you could not have built this guy's confidence back. For you to get him playing when your team is struggling, every way you look at this, you bring out the manager in bad light. How did you plan your squad? How did you plan for your players to replace? You were bringing in a Lokonga, who you had kept out in the doldrums.
Exactly.
We were begging you, give these boys that are on the bench 10 minutes per game, especially when you're winning games in this winning run. Now, you suddenly have an injury to Partey. You bring in Lokonga,
who has not played.
Who has not played for months. And then, like we said, you remove the guy who has the ability to protect him and allow him play well. But it's almost as if, and I have a friend who constantly says, nobody is great at self-sabotaging as this guy is.
Let me say something, right? So I an observation. So I feel like part of this is, again, it's because Arsenal is not in Europe. Hear me out. So West Ham probably has the same squad strength, right, as Arsenal at this point in time, right? But those young players, right, those other, because you can predict West Ham squad every week in, week out. But then it's two things for me. It's either maybe the training at Arsenal or something, right? One, because it's either because West Ham players are not getting injured as much. But then they play in Europe, and then so some of those, the Lokongas and co, right? They get an opportunity to play. So again,
this also puts the manager in bad.
Exactly.
It makes him so bad.
So it could be because it could be because I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Just hear me out.
There's nowhere for Arteta to hide.
It could
for
be
one
that
reason and one reason only, right?
Those players.
When we finished 8th, was it 8th last season? Missed out on Europe completely for the first time since 1995, right? Everybody said the same thing. You know what? Concentrate on the league. Concentrate on getting top 4.
No distractions.
We play one game a week. No distractions.
We train well.
No European distractions. No nothing. Arteta has all the time to implement his ideas. Blah, blah, blah. We are in April. This is the business end of the season. What is he doing?
You see,
What has he done all season? And now, like when it comes to these squad management issues, right? I'll go back and I keep going back to this thing because I can't believe how many Arsenal fans just swallowed the nonsense the club told them, right? Last season, we told Ozil when registering him the day before the transfer window closed, right? So either he could scramble to find a new club or whatever, right? Now, Ozil's issues, his loss of form, all of that's well documented. Everybody knows. The one that went unnoticed that period was William Saliba. We ended the transfer window with Saliba still on the books. We entered the season, Saliba wasn't playing. And everybody's like, okay, well, you know, David Luiz, we got Gabriel, etc., right? We'll probably see him once we get into the FA Cup. Then we get into the FA Cup. Or the League Cup, in fact. Got into the League Cup, like, where's Saliba? He's not playing. We get into the FA Cup. Where's Saliba? He's not playing. January, we have to send him out on loan. And then what's the briefing they give to their friends in the Athletic? We're trying to loan him out. The loan fell through. That's why he wasn't registered. Now, 00, I believe everybody on this table has played Football Manager, right? What closes first? The transfer window or the squad registration window?
Squad registration.
No, transfer window closes first.
No. Sorry. Okay, yes. Transfer window.
Transfer window closes first.
Yeah.
Once the transfer window has closed, those are your players for the season.
Then you register.
You register them. So if you didn't, and Saliba was how old then? 20.
Yeah, like homegrown.
Now, you do not have. You have latitude. I think under 21 players, you can have as many of them as you like, right?
Yeah.
So, what Arteta did to Saliba was that Transfer window closed, Saliba didn't go anywhere, and then Arteta refused to register him. Arteta refused to register him, and then they came and fed everybody that bullshit lie about, we were trying to loan him out back to Saint Etienne, but the deal fell through. That's why he didn't register, and people accepted it. And I kept saying this thing over and over on Twitter. The transfer window closes before the squad registration window. If the transfer window has closed, Saliba is not going anywhere. And if Saliba does not wind up on your squad, that means you chose not to register him, and you cost that guy 6 months of development. Because what happened as soon as he went to Nice? He had a few shaky games. Yeah, once he got his form back,
then he ended
Saliba
up being one
was
of
a
the best
nominee for defender of the season in France after 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months of football, and he was nominated for defender of the season.
Then he comes back in the summer.
He comes back in the summer. And what does Arteta do? Arteta spends the entire summer chasing Ben White for £50 million. Why? How? No. Let me because okay. They start telling you that Saliba is only 21, he's a young defender, he's going to make mistakes, etc. And it's like, there's never been a young central defender in history.
Varane.
Forget Varane.
Varane played at Madrid.
Varane was signed by Madrid at 18.
Straight from Lens.
By 20, he had 65 appearances for the Real Madrid first team. Yeah. Let's leave Varane.
High pressure.
Tony Adams was captain of Arsenal at how old? Tony Adams broke into the Arsenal first team at 18.
Kipembe has been playing at PSG since forever.
Senderos played for us, took us to a Champions League final at 20.
Oh, by the way,
Maldini entered AC Milan's first team at 17.
By the way, we are relying on Saka, Martinelli, and ESR for this team to get goals.
You have now the best natural finisher at Arsenal is who? Nicolas Pepe. He doesn't play.
Okay, hold up. Let's just run through some of last week's games, and then we'll get back to Arsenal and then upcoming.
Let's do it.
So we thought Wolves would win Newcastle. Newcastle won. Wolves won.
Why would you think Wolves will win Newcastle?
I mean, Newcastle this season they've been very defensive, compact at the back. They've been hard to score.
Wolves?
Yeah, Wolves, basically. And then we last week most of us predicted Wolves, a Wolves victory because we feel like Newcastle feels safe right now. They're not going to relegate. There's no relegation coming to them at the moment.
Wolves,
none.
But even Wolves European.
Gone.
Yeah.
So Newcastle as a football club requires momentum straight to the end of the season.
Yeah, but they lost
like three.
They lost a game. Wait,
games.
1 second. I think they lost a game. They lost 5-1 to Tottenham.
Yeah.
Which was they were doing very well
before that,
and then all of a sudden they were doing well. No, they were doing in the match. They did well in the first half. They had six, and then all of a sudden they decided they wanted to attack, and then they imploded.
Like I said, Newcastle requires the momentum going
they
into
lost
the
to
summer.
Everton.
Yes,
1-0.
fine. They require that momentum going into the summer,
How many people
so they
have
can.
Everton beaten this season?
Yeah, we'll get
if
to
they
that.
beat your team,
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Who never come out?
Oh wow! Double eraser.
Who never come out?
I'm a neutral party.
No, but Newcastle required that momentum going into the summer because they would want to get top players.
Did Everton beat us?
Yes.
Now let's move on to the next game. It's a small game though, just a small one. Everton, United.
Obviously, Everton was going to win that game.
1-0.
Obviously, Everton was going to win whoever
Everton
they
was.
played.
I mean, I said Everton was going to win. I don't know what that club is all about,
but let's not skip. Let's just a little.
Oh no! You guys. I mean, Japo. Usually I'm not a Man U fan. I think
the United fans have gone on this.
Oh no! So I feel like what it is with every United fan is I don't think any United fan is expecting victory.
Do you feel any pity for Maguire?
Of course not.
You don't?
No.
I feel
£75 million defender.
I feel like
pity for him. Why?
I feel like, especially watching the last game, I feel like he is.
He's like his magnet for all.
He's like his magnet for
all
all errors, all manner of
the
errors.
thing
That even the ones that he does not have control
to show how
over.
that's to show how bad he is. The things that he's doing, like putting legs and quote unquote, is what Vidic would do, but Vidic will get it right. How is he that Maguire is not getting it right. Did you watch Maldini and Nest? Do you know how those guys lunge into every now and then there'll be 1 or 2 deflections that will go into the back of the net, right? He's a poor there's a reason why those balls are ending up in the back of the net. There's a reason why at the time when Sylvester was playing for Man U.
But two things have contributed.
England plays 5. They play 5. And then two defensive midfielders. How would he get cover?
Two things have worked their way to making Maguire who he is today. One is he's been poor at United. He's been poor at England's national team.
Yeah, they're paying 5
But
across.
every time it's a question of competence, right? Which is your playing ability. He's always been defended. The first thing to do is defend him.
Do you think if Maguire
find everything to say as to why he should be playing, and then talk around it, and then the next thing is you put him again on the pitch.
No, but I know. So I have Arsenal fans, so I'll leave that. Chelsea 6-0 Southampton. What's going on? Southampton just feel like it feels like they are.
Don't worry, this weekend.
It was a backlash. It was a backlash. No, it was a backlash
from
game. Chelsea needed to.
It was a backlash from the Brentford game.
Yeah, and
You
Chelsea
score at home.
No, like I said, it was a backlash game. And once a team has decided,
also, if there are any Southampton fans listening, you guys should just, stay calm. Arsenal's coming this weekend, probably 3 points for sure.
Let's go.
wow.
3. Watford leads 0-3. Leeds.
Yeah, that was a bit shocking.
Yeah.
That was a bit
Is it really shocking though?
Yeah. Watford have not.
I mean, Watford are
particularly
basically relegation camp.
But they've known how to raise their game at certain moments, and these are guys who are in that space with them where they could have picked up 3 points.
All right, so let's move. Tottenham beating Aston Villa 4-0.
Now that was a bit of a surprise,
4-0 at home.
I wasn't surprised.
No, I thought it would be closer. Sorry, I
thought it would be closer, but I wasn't surprised that Spurs were going to win. Business ends.
You know Spurs these days
Conte.
sometimes
Business end.
when you expect them to
business
win,
end,
they don't win.
and it's Conte. That's my worry.
Do you know? I saw a stat. I don't know how true it is, but I'm hoping it's correct. Lampard 38.5% win rate.
I saw that.
And then Gerrard 35.
Yeah, I saw that.
And we've been praising Gerrard here.
Lampard doesn't have a huge sample size.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Makes
So Brentford 2-0 beating West Ham. Brentford, they seem to have.
Yeah, I was surprised by that result.
Leicester beating Crystal Palace 2-1. I didn't want to see that coming. Off the back of Crystal Palace's.
But then there's this boy, the guy that scored the second goal for Leicester.
Dewsbury.
Yeah, where is he from?
He's English.
His movement is sick.
He's English. Yeah, Leicester hit and miss sometimes. So
Okay. Then relegation battle: Norwich beating Burnley 2-0.
Well, I mean, if
Norwich played
Brexit
better.
FC goes down, I don't
Yeah. Norwich play football. They try to play.
Yeah, they try to play
so
football.
It's always.
I mean, they will go down
interesting for them.
Yeah, they're probably going down,
And then,
but I'm just happy they're going to drag Burnley down.
Biggest
with
match:
them.
Man City Liverpool 2-2
Biggest match what?
for the weekend. Yeah, 2-2. I mean, I predicted a draw.
City should have won that game.
City should have won
Yeah,
that game.
they
They actually
messed
should
up.
have won.
But I
They messed
wanted a draw because I
Oh
wanted
yeah, quick
to
one. So
drag
I was
for
seeing
long.
this thing all over Twitter where people are saying this is one of the greatest rivalries in.
That's what
sorry,
I wanted.
what?
That's what I wanted to hear from you.
What's going on?
What happened?
Like it's been all over Twitter. Like,
Where?
Klopp, blah 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 blah. That's no. There's no rivalry.
City and Liverpool.
So
Sorry.
JJ, I saw JJ's tweet.
Sky Sports.
Yeah, I saw JJ's tweet.
No, it was all over Twitter.
It was this guy that started it. Wasn't it?
Rivalry. Those guys are hugging themselves.
Karaga was the first person that said it.
Rivalry.
And then,
Sky Sports.
and then,
No, they need the drama now
And-
for the
It's all the rivalries.
Hold on, I'm like,
Arsenal, Liverpool back then, 4-4, 3-3, 2-2. Man United, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea.
Man U, Liverpool.
What is going
Do
on?
you know how much you can't even call this a rivalry? Because Liverpool, Man City walks into the season every day and every year, and if they bring you 10 times every season to predict the person that will win the league, you're going to say Man City. How is that a rivalry? So when it happens that Liverpool is challenging or Liverpool is almost winning, it is because like they have played well. I will not lie, but then at the beginning of every season, if they bring neutral fans and they ask you, so predict this season.
Rivalry.
8 out of 10.
I mean, I get that they do.
They're the top two clubs.
Yeah, they do all right. But
it's
then
first.
for you to call
It's
it
first.
one of the best rivalries in the Premier League.
when we had Arsenal,
Like-
Man U, like
I mean, as a
please, I want this part.
It's first. It's first. Don't worry. Like I said, it's Sky Sports now.
so Arsenal
Taliban.
won Brighton 2, right? Yeah.
Do you understand that this is like a copy and paste?
What's that?
What happened between Arsenal and Brighton? It's a copy and paste.
So what happened with Arsenal?
Oh,
Crystal Palace, right?
yeah, no. Arsenal and Brighton again. The season that
Emery.
where that they rested players and then this guy won. They won and Bissouma was laughing.
But I just feel
let's-
Potter just.
But then-
he just watched that game.
but then-
that
what
Crystal
copy and
Palace
paste?
game.
But then
they flooded
what
us
I
in
want to
midfield
say is
but
what I
what
want
I'm
to
saying
without
that
the competence.
Did everybody here watch the match, right?
Yeah.
So what got to me is Arsenal played very well towards the end of the game.
What's that?
Like Arsenal played very well towards the end of the
We're
game.
chasing the
Like
game.
my point, I'm saying so. Sometimes I feel like because the Premiership is so difficult, right? It's not like Spain where Madrid will always, if Madrid goes wherever they will win. So Premiership on a day.
You
Burnley
get it
can
from
decide
anybody.
that.
No,
So,
but
but
you're-
then I'm saying for the big teams, right? There's a reason why, if you looked at it over the past couple of years, there's a reason why Man City keeps winning, right? And Liverpool, right? Those two teams right now don't really care who they are playing. There's a level of intensity.
They require
See,
from
Man
that
City
team.
will play like that with Liverpool. They will play the same way to Burnley. They would play like. But then, if you look at the rest of the guys, so it's almost like only those two people, those two coaches understand what it is right now because Premiership is very difficult. But then, if you look below, right, Man U, Arsenal,
Everybody else is struggling to maintain that intensity
yeah, exactly,
across games.
exactly. Everybody else would play based off of who they are playing. So if Man U wants to play Burnley, for example, and then the Premiership is so wise that those Burnley and co realize that that's what's happening. So they know that okay. Man U will come or we'll do small passes, and then that's why you can have on a day Tottenham could win, a 4-0, 5-0, and then go to Norwich and then go lose 1-0 because they are not putting in that level of intensity. So it almost feels like
But every start point into that game, Brighton should not have had a chance at all.
yeah. So I'm saying where was the intensity that was? So instead of chasing, so you don't see Man City getting urgent at the end except one or two times, right? They played with that level of intensity. Whereas the rest of the teams, we wait until we need a goal, until you get like.
Can I tell you what happened to Brighton? It's very simple. When a team has struggled to pick up results and they suddenly are in a position to defend the results, there will always be panic when there's some sort of intensity from the other team. You would always, go, what do we do? Yeah. Do we continue to attack or do we defend? We need these 3 points. When next are we going to get another 3 points? This is going to be big for us. When that creeps in, it happened against Everton. What Everton did against United on Saturday was they were at home, right? So they had the fans constantly asking for the extra.
But it wouldn't matter if they
No, I'm coming. No. But they are home.
They are home or you
No.
want.
But they are home. The extra sweat, right? Because everything does. It got to a point where that game was unplayable for the last 10-15 minutes. Not because Everton were dominating the ball or they were controlling the game. No. At that point, they were spent. They had burnt all the energy. But that extra man continuing to tell you, go for that tackle. People could have gotten injured. Many players could have gotten injured in those games because all they were doing was disrupt the game. So go is a 50-50. No, it can't be a 50-50. It has to be a 90-10. I have to have 90% chance of winning this ball ahead of this guy. That was what it was for Everton because they were at home. Brighton were away. The away crowd was willing on their team to go. And like I said, that thing pops in your head. Even with Arsenal, it's happened many times. We've lost 3 games on the bounce. Yeah. Instead of us to surrender this one, let's just
I feel like
only those two.
I feel like
only those two teams have that. Those two coaches have this continuous. So it's like when someone was saying, I feel like when someone was saying the Premiership before, right? I get that it gets harder every year, but then when someone says Fergie Wenger, Pep is better, I don't tend to agree, because for you to do this thing year in, year out, it's showing that it's difficult, right? Because now, out of 20 teams in the league, only two teams are churning out this level of intensity. Because the reason why Man U keeps burning out is because Man U, Rangnick is trying to play that intensity that Liverpool and
by 60 minutes they're gone.
Exactly. So the rest of the league is not doing that. But then there's a reason why Man City, Liverpool, they're dominating in Champions League back to back. At least Man City has gotten to semi-finals a couple of, across the Liverpool as well. So those two teams, I just feel like
every other team is struggling now to maintain first 11 players or even bring in players. So those guys don't look like they have.
I feel like only
there's
person
nothing
that,
missing
I
for
feel
them.
like only person that's come close is maybe Chelsea's.
Tuchel. But I think Chelsea even struggled with injuries.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
midway.
did, yes, because they lost Tuchel, Chilwell, and James at the
then they
crucial
lost
period.
Lukaku as well.
So I feel like something needs to change, because the Premiership is you want to say something?
I basically, I was going to talk about the Brighton.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, the thing is, right from the bounce, from the moment he released our lineup, was when the problem started for us, because I felt like there should be some sort of surprise. So when because the Brighton camp, they were expecting Xhaka to play left back. So, and they have probably trained the whole week with a game plan in mind. Xhaka is going to play left back. So I felt like there should be an element of that immediately. When I saw the lineup, the first thing I tweeted, I'm like, Unafi insult me later, but I feel Tavares should have started. I don't like Tavares, but Tierney is injured. We have 8 games. So are you telling me that you are prepared to play Xhaka at left back for 8 games?
That's
no.
the message.
If we lost with Tavares, we will insult Tavares, and Tavares will play the next game.
If
He
you
will
were one
build
of
his
the players,
confidence
if
for
you're
8
one of the
games.
players in that 11, would you feel confident going into that?
8 games.
With your manager sending that kind of message?
Your manager, like when I saw the lineup, I was like, okay. I even tweeted it. I was like, okay, so Xhaka is left back. That means Lokonga is alone in midfield, unless Odegaard drops back to assist.
To what effect?
Of which takes him out of where he's effective on the
Or
pitch.
ESR.
So everybody saw that lineup and knew that this game is a disaster waiting to happen.
And immediately went
Because I was like, I tweeted, I was like, whoever is playing right wing for Brighton right now must be drooling.
From the first minute, we started to struggle. From the first minute,
Brighton were already going to overload our midfield. Like I said, all they needed to do was see what Vera did. You overload us already, and now you give them.
First of all, Lokonga alone against Bissouma.
Lokonga alone.
No.
So it means
whatever his name is.
whatever we
The
train
guy that
for all
scored the
week,
second goal.
it will be easier for us to execute on the pitch.
The guy that scored the second goal had
Mwepu.
not played for
because
weeks.
of injury.
He's injured, and they brought him back, and the guy is dominant in that midfield. Forget about Bissouma.
The computer is what they call him.
So Arsenal has 2 games this coming week. Saturday,
Southampton,
and then
Chelsea.
Wednesday, Chelsea. How would you feel, like, given what you have right now, right? What formation? How would you line up against those 2 teams?
So disclaimer: how you will feel your team is not how the manager.
Exactly.
No, I'm just saying so that we will know, like, how would you feel your team?
Okay, well, let's put it this way now. Since, playing Xhaka at left back ahead of Tavares, you've basically told boy,
Done.
you're done for the season. I'm never playing you again. Because if he can't get a game against Brighton at home, he's not getting a game against Chelsea.
No, Southampton first.
No, even Southampton
Southampton
away.
away.
He's not getting a game against Southampton away. He's not getting a game against Chelsea. Chelsea's also away. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, Chelsea's away too. So we have 2 away games coming up. Yeah.
Then we have
Because
Man
we lost to
United.
Chelsea at home at the beginning of the season when Lukaku
2
just
away games.
bullied Pablo Mari.
Sorry. If we had Chambers, he would have played left back.
Exactly. Chambers could play left back.
we
already gave him away.
You guys are being unfair now. Leave my
We
manager.
gave him away. So
how would you feel
now?
How would you feel? How would you play this? Would you change formation?
In an ideal universe, I would still play Tavares at left back because he's a specialist left back. Whatever you feel about his defensive abilities, you play him in his best position and you try to shore up that position as much as possible. If it's to tell Xhaka, okay, that thing you do of patrolling left back when Tavares goes up, do it. If it's to tell whoever is playing left wing, track back a lot and support. In fact, under those circumstances, Saka has played left wing back before. You put Saka on the left wing.
Oh my God.
And say, look, guy, support
this guy.
Tavares. Track back, dovetail, whatever, but shore up that left wing because that's where we are weak. And do it in a way that doesn't disrupt the rest of the team. Now, if you put Saka at left back or at left wing, then you can play Pepe on the right. And I would play Martinelli as my striker. I would bench Lacazette. Because here's the crazy thing, right? We've always known that Lacazette playing 90 minutes game in, game out, he doesn't have the fitness for that. He's never had the fitness for it. After 60 minutes, he's gassed.
Yeah.
And then what does Arteta do? You pay Aubameyang to go and score goals for Barcelona, and then you keep Lacazette. Hold on, and you keep Lacazette, and you now play Lacazette game in, game out, game in, game out. Now, again, Lacazette is not the best finisher at the club. He's a striker who doesn't stay in the box. He's always coming out to link up play. Oh, okay, he links up play. He plays in. He plays in Martinelli.
He won't link you in, guys.
He plays in Martinelli.
What's that Lacazette statistics that we saw?
He has scored 4 goals.
4 goals
all season.
And then
4 goals.
In that time, Lacazette has only gotten 3 big chances.
And
he has scored.
Now, the other main issue.
Season.
The other main issue.
The striker has only gotten 3 big chances.
Now, the other major issue I've always had with, in fact, from when Emery came to Arteta.
Oh, he's missed 2 and scored 1. So.
It's always been, you're looking at the team, you're looking at the style of play, and you are seeing it. Ho-ha. This team does not create chances for a centre forward. It does not. Anybody you put in this team, if you like, bring prime Thierry Henry and put him in this team, he will struggle because the team does not create chances for a striker. Aubameyang's best run, what was he doing? Left wing.
Cut back.
Left wing. He's running chasing long balls. You are not progressing the ball up the pitch in a way that makes a centre forward dangerous to the opposition. That is why Lacazette always finds himself coming out to touch the ball. Because if Lacazette says, okay, let him stay in and around the box and wait for...
He
will not see the ball. He will go 90 minutes without touching the ball once because Arteta ball does not get your striker chances. So it is why also when all those arguments about Aubameyang, oh, he's not scoring, he's washed, were disingenuous because Aubameyang is playing in a team that is not set up to cater to his strength. What's Aubameyang's strength? Shoulder of the last defender. That's in, he scores. One touch. And Aubameyang is the kind of player who needs like 2-3 chances to score one.
And then, by the way,
you put Aubameyang in a team where he gets one chance in 90 minutes.
You know one other mistake that we didn't really pay attention to in that Brighton game? We lost Partey. It's very critical, right? I think the smarter move from the manager would have been to bring in El Neni and play him with Xhaka
and I'm still in the club.
Yeah. He's an assured player.
Yeah, exactly. You know what you're getting from El Neni,
right? So you're not putting
no fancy
you're
passes.
Not exposing Lokonga
exactly.
to that pressure. Now, what happens is it's almost difficult now to drop Lokonga. For a game like Southampton, we're going away. We need to be able to manage the game, right? It would have been very easy to continue from a Xhaka El Neni from the weekend into this away game where you need a good solid pivot base, right? Put Odegaard in front of them, let him do what he wants to do. Protect your back four, right? Or back three, whatever you want to play. But now he can't play him in the Southampton game because it would mean him dropping Lokonga again. It's poor management.
Yeah, it's like
before, because I think we're running out of time. Realistically, right? How do you see your chances top 4?
I don't think we're making it.
Realistically,
It's up to Spurs.
It's up to Spurs.
It's
Spurs
initially, yeah.
Top 4 is for Spurs to lose now.
Initially, yeah, it was, we had God. on
Basically,
our side.
if we won,
Now
if we
we
beat
have-
Crystal
we have God
Palace,
as
beat
Spurs.
Brighton, you can be bullish about your chances. Okay, you can know that. Okay, you have.
Hold on, I
you
want to
have
ask.
Chelsea, Man U,
Do you remember this
West
season?
Ham, and Tottenham.
Do
to
you
play,
remember
but
this
you
season
can-
that we under Unai that we lost top 4?
It was this sequence.
It was it
Yeah,
not
it was
the
this
same player?
sequence,
Was it
yeah.
the same set
Crystal
of team?
Palace, Brighton. Season just went off.
All right, guys. Because of time, let's run through next week's fixtures and adjust your predictions, and then we can. Also, Tottenham, Brighton.
Tottenham win.
He doesn't know.
Tottenham, Brighton.
You know I don't see anything when it comes to Tottenham.
Tottenham win.
Man U, Norwich. I say Norwich.
Norwich win. Norwich will win.
No, it's at Old Trafford.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'll
This
say-
guy is starting.
I'll say
What's
Man
his
U.
name? Maguire is starting. No.
No, Man U.
Man U should win that game.
Man U will either win or draw.
Or draw. Win or draw. Win or
This is
draw.
how the
Man
club
U.
has come to. Oh my god. Southampton, Arsenal predictions.
Southampton win.
Will be draw.
Oh, win.
I feel like Southampton are done for the season, so I feel like it's a good place
That's
to go
the
collect
issue.
points.
That's the issue. So when I keep hearing this team,
Was
has
Brighton
not
not done for the season?
When I
Are
keep
they in
hearing
relegation
when I
trouble?
keep hearing this team has
No,
not
Brighton
won
needed
the last
one
10
game.
games.
Exactly.
They have not won.
think
Arsenal
Brighton
have not
needed
scored a
one
goal
game.
against
I
Arsenal.
said it that I said I
That
even
is my
said it.
clue.
Guys.
I said it this afternoon on Twitter. I was like, why do you when somebody's like, oh, Southampton hasn't won a game, their last 8 or 7? I was
Don't
like,
do
why
that.
do you people
Don't
why
do
do
that.
people keep giving Arteta this challenge?
Why
Yeah,
is it
guys.
necessary?
Why do you challenge
Guys,
him
let's
like
move.
this?
Watford, Brentford.
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 Yeah, on the back of their
Yeah,
you
so,
said something
but
about
But won't it
Tony.
be funny that
Yeah.
Watford will now win that
Yeah,
game?
so
Yeah.
would you have Tony in your team?
Nah,
Tony in your team.
Nah.
I personally wouldn't.
I don't want
I
to.
don't know.
So you wouldn't take him over Lacazette at the moment?
They are 1 and 2. And then let me tell you something.
No.
Over Lacazette?
You know. Sorry, I don't think Tony is good for our team. But any striker in that Lacazette position will struggle. Is that?
Yeah.
That's the truth.
So you wouldn't take him over Lacazette at the moment?
No.
I won't take Tony over anybody at the moment.
Tony should go. He should stay in Liverpool. Or
we're talking
say
about-
Liverpool say he's their boy. They should buy him. Uncle B buy him.
Newcastle, Leicester.
Leicester.
Newcastle.
Leicester.
Newcastle. at
I'm
home?
going Leicester.
Newcastle at home.
How are they winning that
Leicester.
game?
I'll go with Leicester.
I think I'll go Leicester.
I'll go Leicester.
Madison is in form.
Newcastle is
Maybe you want because you want to put Martin on in your team. You say he's in
No, don't worry
form.
about it.
Say he's in form. Can you imagine? You guys playing
Newcastle is going to
FPL.
win. Take that from
You
me.
guys
I have
playing
Newcastle
FPL with
players as well, don't
predictions.
worry. I have two of them. Anyhow you go.
I have Newcastle players.
West Ham, Burnley.
West
First
Ham.
time, they need that win.
They need that win.
If they lose that game, they're out of.
This is an easy one. Liverpool, Man U.
Okay, that's the midweek.
Is that a game?
Yeah.
Midweek.
Yeah.
Is it a game?
Liverpool, Man U.
Jesus.
No, but why did you call it out?
I mean, you have to call all games though.
Salah.
That's the match Salah will now get his.
It's form back.
Picking his form back.
Liverpool with it, please.
Liverpool win.
Everton, Leicester.
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 I think
They will
Leicester,
lose the
Leicester.
midweek. They will lose the
Definitely
weekend
Leicester.
game and they win the
Definitely
midweek game.
Leicester. Chelsea, Arsenal.
Chelsea. Much as I hate to say it.
Arsenal.
So you think you lose
I-
2 games back to back?
Yeah.
It's possible.
I think we're
I mean,
losing.
wait. If you lose these 2 games, that's
sorry. I
end
was
of
going
the
to
title race.
check
Such a
something.
bad spot
I was going
to
to
be
check
in.
something before we record, but I forgot. Like
What's that?
I saw a tweet that the Arsenal fans are shouting, a solidified defense, and it turns out that the gap between the goals we conceded last season and the goals we have conceded now,
3 goals
It's
with
not
8
much.
games to go.
yeah.
Crazy.
So
So good defensively.
it's so bad. It's so bad. That
We bought attacking defenders.
It's so bad that I saw another tweet that saw a follow up, and that someone said that he is missing Luis. That's how bad it is.
Alright, guys, let's go.
No, I'm expecting Arteta will lose 4 in a row, maybe 5.
He wouldn't get the sack still.
He still won't get the
he will not
sack.
get the sack.
Newcastle, Crystal Palace.
That's
Crystal
gonna be
Palace.
tough.
Newcastle, Crystal Palace.
I'm going
Crystal Palace are on the edge of getting to 7th.
I'll go Newcastle.
They have to go for that.
And then Man City, Brighton.
I'll go Brighton. I want Liverpool to win the league.
Lol. Brighton, yeah.
Sorry.
I want Liverpool to win the league.
Why?
Lol.
Just for the sake of it.
Man
Yeah, it's
City.
a rivalry.
It's a rivalry.
so let
It's
it
a
be
rivalry.
Final game.
Man City win, Liverpool win. Man City win.
Final
Liverpool
game of
win.
the week. Burnley, Southampton.
I don't want to watch that game for anything.
That's
Like,
that's
Imagine.
Well, Southampton will be full of confidence after beating Arsenal at the weekend. So
Wow.
anything can
They
happen.
won't beat us. They won't beat us. They won't beat us. We'll win.
You will watch that game now.
This hurts.
Oh my god.
Yes, they will beat us. We will watch the game.
Before Arsenal Crystal Palace, I was chatting with Anderson, the guy that came last week, and then he was telling me that let's just draw. That a draw is good. A draw. I'm like, no, 1-0, and then 3-0. Then before Brighton, I was on my timeline shouting, come on, you Gunners, and all of that. And then someone said, I don't know why you are still hopeful that this team is going to win any game after what they did against Crystal. I'm like, no, it's Brighton. We should win easily. And he dropped his
Before we
lineup,
find
but
out
yeah.
thoughts.
And you believe
Final
Southampton, Arsenal will beat Southampton,
What
right?
about
See,
you?
you are the bad luck charm right
Final
now.
thoughts.
I have collected his title.
It's
Final thoughts.
I love City to win the league, but I would love it to be competitive to the end.
Final thoughts for the rest of the season.
Whoever
Final
is
for the
ready
rest
to
of
go
the
to
season.
Europe, go to Europe.
I'm thinking Man City take the lead. Arsenal probably finish 7th or 8th.
You love them to finish 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
So that you don't play in Europe. Please collect your 5th.
No.
Let
you don't-
Man U remain in 8th.
No,
so that
here's-
we don't go
No,
Europe.
double O.
So
You
that
don't understand.
Ten Hag will come
Double
and
O.
start
If he gets
afresh.
Europa
Play one
League
game a
a week, yes.
Yeah, better.
If he gets Europa League, he will say he qualified us for Europe. No, not after all with this nonsense he's doing.
I want to qualify for Europe.
I
Whether it's
don't.
It will
whether
qualify
it's-
for Conference
whether it's-
League.
no,
It
whether
will
it's
help,
whether
it
it's
will
Europa
help,
League or
You guys,
Champions
those
League.
I know we've always had a problem
know.
with those Thursday games, but I feel like Thursday games should be for fringe players. Should
Yeah.
help those
Keep
fringe
you
players.
sharp, keep
Because
you
that's
sharp.
that's literally what's happening with West Ham. Because at the beginning you had like Berama playing so well, and then them Lanzini were playing, and then now when Berama and Co are not in form, Lanzini has picked up form because they've been playing those Thursday games.
People
so I
had
feel
a
like
go.
those things
People
are
had a
important.
go with Wenger in his last year, and then Emery in his first year. Those were the games that molded Saka, ESR. Were benefit and later Martinelli. We're benefiting from that
I
today.
feel like those games, there's a reason why teams want to die for Europe, because those games are important for those fringe players. I feel like if you were in Europe, he probably wouldn't sell as much as the players that he sold, because you know that you need to play Thursday
trust
games.
No, he has.
No,
the
you wouldn't.
players
There's
have-
no
the
way.
players have
There's no way you will
attitudes.
have Thursday game, and you will sell
No,
players.
the
and not
players
really
have
play.
attitude.
Or he will not play. Like he said in an interview when he was asked that does he think loaning out players had affected, like the players he loaned out and he said no, and he said that he was not playing them before he loaned them out, that they will probably
not be playing.
not be
now.
playing now. And it's really,
Well,
really sick.
guys,
You can't be that.
We've exhausted our time. This episode was sponsored by Akira Designs and Arsenal.
yeah,
FC.
today's an Arsenal
Guys,
show.
thanks for coming. We'll see you guys next week.
Nice.
Next week I'm bringing only Man U fans. Man U fans. I'll sit outside. Four of you.
You